What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Justin's laughing at me already.
No, you and your greetings.
What's up, everybody?
That's right.
What's crackin'?
Another day where this
paradise.
Well, that too. But another day where this is going to get a lot of use. But Dustin has had enough of this hose. Because every time you start it up, it kind of soaks you. So yeah, I don't blame him. Today, it's warm. It's a little windy, but it's not raining. So we are going to head over to Jitville. See if we can't start getting Jitville cleaned up. There's a lot of work over there that needs done. Alright, let's see if we can find possibly a bigger hose. That might work out pretty nice. What about this? It's more of a rubber that might stretch. You guys didn't hear that, but he said the small one will work. What we also need, we're gonna need this. Watch out below! Now we go from one mess to the next. Gotta grab some clamps. There should be something in there that works. Morning!
Morning.
Hose that's cracked that bad really doesn't hold water very well.
Smaller here.
See, it doesn't hold it very well.
Get that out of my face.
Oh, I can't imagine that being an issue.
You don't think so?
No, I just...
Put a coil in it?
I mean, the other one did. The other one had a coil. I have no idea why, but...
You told us earlier that you don't know why there was a coil.
I don't, but there was a coil.
No, but the coil back in. Okay, we'll be consistent.
That's right.
You're really trusting this on the camera.
Yeah.
My knife's not that sharp.
Oh, it's that sharp.
That was very trusting to do that.
Yeah. Cut towards your body, or
Your buddy, not your body.
your buddy, not your body.
You're leading people on YouTube astray.
That's right. Never cut towards yourself, people. Cut towards your buddy. Ooh, that would work really nice. If you've got a second one, we can go ahead and throw them on just to be sure. But look at that. Now Dustin won't get his pant legs soaked every time he tries to start it. Yeah, and we don't have to listen to him complain about it.
They don't listen to me anyway.
It's only been leaking for 2 weeks. Look at that! The only one of the four of us that's done it so far. Alright, let's try it real quick. Ow! That hurts the hands when it does that.
She's got some horsepower on her.
Oh, jeez, guys. This is what we deal with every day.
Have you seen that one meme of that guy running that?
But it works. It's fixed. Alright, guys. Well, I finally got another, I don't know, wind sock, if you want to call it, from my mic. Because like I said, it is very windy out here today. So hopefully it's helping. If not, don't worry. I will keep working on it and try to improve it for you guys. So that's going to tell me a lot right there if it's working or not. But we got a mess to clean up here. And Kyle's throwing slippery worms at me.
Like a snake. They're like a snake.
So what we do on this, obviously this is the pit full of water that the corn goes in, or grain. But also we have the concrete pit under all of this that our grain pit sits in. Here you go, Dustin got one up. All that, yeah, see that? That's one of today's projects. That's all got to get cleaned up. That's what happens when everything was so dry this fall. Bees' wings were terrible.
Price you pay for dry grain.
Yeah.
I'll take it though.
I'll take it, exactly. And then once we get all the dry stuff out, that's where the pressure washer comes in, and we're going to flush it all I think we've got a 4-inch drain somewhere on this end that goes that way. I'm not exactly sure. But a couple guys are probably going to be working on that, and I think I'm going to start on this. And this stuff is going to be nasty. This stuff, yeah, that's dry. But all that up in there, oh, it's actually pretty dry. I'm impressed. That shouldn't be too bad. And then you've got these. Yep, got all that I gotta dig out of there too. Now that's nasty. Another one of the fun aftermaths of running the dryer. A lot more loveliness on this side too. Before I start messing with that too much, the last thing we pulled out of this overhead was beans. So the way that thing ends up flowing is beans will pile up on either side inside that conveyor. So pretty much I've got to make sure this main is shut, and then I have to run the load conveyor, drag all those beans into the dryer, unfortunately, to clean that conveyor out. But at least I'm going to do that before I start to clean the dryer. That way I don't clean it and have to do it all over again. That would be kind of pointless. Manual. Yeah, buddy. And that's why you make sure you do that first. Not sure the wind is helping me down here any. It just kind of swirls. I'm just extremely thankful that this is all dry. You guys ever been covered in rotten corn before? If not, you're not missing anything. It takes about 3 or 4 days to get that smell off your hands. So digging out the trench here, that's about all I got to do down there. But then we've got all of this has got to be, this is where it's going to get nasty. This is where the water sets. But you got to get that all dug out. It's just like a trough or a ledge. But that's what it takes to do one. And I've got about another dozen on each side. So it's going to be slow going here for a while. Well, Kyle and Dustin are ready to start pressure washing inside that pit. But apparently a gravity-fed hose from those tanks doesn't seem to be enough pressure for the pump. So we're going to try and jerry rig something up here a bit. So what we're going to do here is we're going to take this pump we had on our water tank out by the fertilizer system, and we're going to kind of put a little bit of pressure in the lines. Put that right there. And then now hook our hose up. And that should give us at minimum 75 psi feeding that, and that should work a whole lot better. He's got a long day ahead of him. So pretty much he's going to be doing the entire leg, dryer, all the concrete, all the thin foundations. I did a test run on this foundation. Yeah, that all needs done. Well, we've been working hard. We got that mess all cleaned up, ready for Kyle to wash. Kyle's been working hard too, but he's got a little message for you guys. even make it easy for you. You can click right there and do it. I'm getting dirty for you. You better hit the button. Well, it's time for us to take a lunch, and we might just go vote and try to save this country while we're at it.
Yeah, buddy.
Alright, I did my part. Rest is up to the good Lord. Well, we had the wonderful idea, since we're not helping Kyle anymore, that Dustin's gonna go mow. Oh, sorry, there you go. Mow until it rains him out. Well, it's raining already. It's just a little sprinkle.
That's what we'll tell ourselves.
Yep. All right. Well,
Makes it easier to mow when they're down.
yeah. You can't exactly lower those wings without unpinning them. And whoo, that rain's cold. All right. Have fun. That was one good thing about the wind, is it dried the top of the fields out enough that we felt comfortable sending him out there to mow. But I don't know how long that's going to last, because it's raining pretty good at the moment. But it's one of those things. If you hold him back, it'll quit raining. If you send him, it'll keep raining. So you might as well mow as long as you can. So this, if you guys haven't seen us use it before, this is what I use to rip out all of our trees that I can handle. Anything bigger than this will handle, we obviously use the excavator. But I've gotten into the habit of tackling trees that are way bigger than what I should be tackling, and it's cost us. There used to be a tab on this side, as you can tell right there, that used to latch into this little channel under here. It's what would lock the two jaws together. That way if you're digging or anything, you're not putting too much tension on one or the other. They're kind of locked in together. Well, I broke that off. So basically started torquing on them independently. I have sheared all that right there. That's 1/2 inch plate. And that's a very important joint. So needless to say, if I kept using this a whole lot more, that thing would just keep bending and bending lower and lower, and it really doesn't work. So we've got a very skilled welder just down the road, because that is it's a little above my skill level. So we're going to take this, run this down to him real quick, and see if that's something he can straighten out and re-weld. So this winter, I think we are going to have two main types of projects. The first one is going to be pushing field edges back, tearing out a few fence lines, waterways that have been neglected for way too long and just need cleaned up, which that claw is a very crucial piece for us on that job. The second job I think we're going to attempt to do as long as weather holds. I know it's raining now, but we haven't gotten a whole lot, and it's still very dry out here in the grand scheme of things. So the second job this winter, type of job I should say, that we're going to try to attempt more this winter than we normally do in the past, is with this thing right here. And if you don't have, I guess I should explain, if you guys don't have a clue what that is, this is our tile plow. It's a 3-point attachment that we run on our 8360. Basically, we drop this chute in the ground. It plows on grade with a receiver that sits up there. And then we feed this is our 4-inch boot. We feed down through there. And then it lays tile in the trench, drainage tile. And I guess hooking up this tile plow is going to be a little harder than I thought. Because, well, we've got our wonderful 3-point hitch on this tractor. It's got to come off first because the tile plow is not a quick hitch. It hooks onto these arms and this third point just like the quick hitch does. Uh-oh. And I forgot the guys detailed the tractors already. I'm sorry, guys. But I'm leaving some footprints. Alright, I really need to take a step back. I was getting a little too gung-ho. So this tractor, as you saw, inside was detailed, but this outside, I mean, look at all that in there. I don't even know if you can tell. That, it's just all these corn stalks. I mean, there's a bunch of crap back in there. I mean, look at this. I just can't make myself swap this over to its next project without giving it a little love. So it's gonna take a lot longer, but I'm gonna go ahead, blow all the dry crap off the inside that I can, power wash it down, give it a decent bath, and then at that point I'll be able to get this 3-point hitch off, the quick hitch off. We have a second set of wheel weights. So we've got 2 on now. We've got a third one that we usually put on because footprint and weight are your 2 biggest factors when it comes to pulling a plow through the ground. We got enough ponies. That's not an issue. We've got brand new tires last year on this thing, so that helped tremendously. And now we just got to max out our weight. And we do that by adding another set of wheel weights, and I will load up this front bar with a lot more suitcase weights. Obviously, it's the next morning. Yesterday afternoon, I was in the process of blowing all of that crap off that machine. Got interrupted. We ended up running this alligator claw over to our local welder. Back at this morning. I'm going to get this power washed off real quick. As you can tell, we actually got quite a bit of rain last night and gave me a good pre-soaking. So this wash shouldn't take too long. Not going to do anything fancy, especially since the fact that it's going to be going right back out to the field here in a little bit. Well, I'm not going to lie to you guys. Went to fire this thing up, move it back around here to get stuff swapped around. Well, every time I put it in gear or neutral or anything, it kind of starts shooting alarms at me and shuts itself down with electrical faults. So no idea what happened. The only thing that changed from the time I pulled it around there to then was me pressure washing it. So I didn't pressure wash anything more than what I usually do, so I don't know that I would have gotten into anything electrical that I shouldn't have, but I mean, I would assume I did. So hopefully the solution to that is just letting it dry out. If not, we might have some bigger issues. But we're not going to think about that. So right now, I think I'm just going to leave that tractor where it's at and move some weights around. Right there. So this one should like that. And then these bottom ones take a wrench. And I think they're normally a 24. Nothing like a little persuasion. I can't do it one-handed. But I can do it two-handed. So if you guys don't know, the way they're called suitcase weights, the way they work is you've got this knob outward, and then this next one will have a knob inward, and they'll lock in. Each one, as they stack together, they lock into each other, and then you use this bolt to basically hold them all together. So a trick to this one is this weight here. This one stays your outside one because it's the one that's not scratched at all. The rest of these you don't really care about. You just slap them on, slide them over. And then we put our end cap back on. We're going to do the same thing on this side, but darn it, I didn't take my end one off. That's better. Now that is a loaded down front weight bar. Those shouldn't go anywhere now.
A lot drier today.
Yeah. Put the right boots on.
And bibs. Waders.
Well, I want to say, I can't find this. I thought these things were stamped, but I think these are 200 kilograms a piece. So that'd be about 440 pounds for us Americans on each side. And I think I added 7 plates on this side, 7 plates on this side, 6 or 7, but there's another 1,400 on the front. So we got that thing weighted down just about as much as we can. So I think this thing is ready to hook up to the tile plow. The only thing I need now is for it to run. So she'd idle fine, but as soon as I won't go to put her in gear, she dies. Oh yeah! I can honestly say I did not expect it to work. But we just had to give her some time to dry out. Too far. Got it! Something like that, darn near impossible with just one person. Nah. Got it. All right, well that is officially hooked up, and other than putting the receiver on the tile plow, it's ready to go. Took a little bit longer than I thought it would. There's a day's worth of work that I won't have to do when we try to start those tile projects. Well, I think that's going to finish it for us today, guys. We actually talked about it, and we may start trying to work on finding some of our tile. Get some of those projects started and finished while it's still fall and not quite fully winter yet. But did you guys know the largest species of shark is a whale shark that can grow upwards of 60 feet long? I don't ever want to come across a shark in the ocean, let alone one 60 foot wide. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't, and as always, see you in the next one.